What's up, world? This is Salim with Flip for Figs, and today I'll be doing a retro Hot Toys review of Princess Leia from the Battle of Hoth. I'll be taking a look at sculpt and detail, accessories, and overall value for the money to see if this figure is worth adding to your collection. Also, stay tuned to the end of this video to see a figure matchup between Princess Leia and her mother, Padme Amidala from Attack of the Clones. Let's do it.
Flip for Figs.
When I flip, you flip, we flip.
All right, in terms of accessories, you get this welding torch, which is nice. It's kind of like on this, phone cord looking thing, which is stretchy, and it's got this little unit box here. I don't think there's a way to attach this to the figure itself, so I think it just hangs there if they're gripping the torch. You also get the breathing goggles. This is from when they kind of landed in the mouth of that, the creature, the big space worm, and they were using this to breathe. She comes with this blaster, and then also these goggles here. Um, Two ungloved hands. One of them is a gripping hand, the other one is a trigger hand. And then the rest are white gloved hands, all for one side. So this is the only alternative uh, ungloved hand you get for the other side, which I thought was interesting because usually there's an equal amount or so. So overall, some nice, cool, unique accessories, especially compared to kind of what we've what we get with other Hot Toys figures. The base is kind of the old school Hot Toy style, but it does have, like a snow texture on it, which looks really awesome, and it fits right in with the rest of the Hoth characters. All right, sculpt and detail wise, right out of the box, she just looks great. I feel like Hot Toys did a really nice job capturing Carrie Fisher's likeness in every single one of the figures, whether it was the A New Hope one or the Endor one. Those are the only other ones I have right now, but she looks really good in the Bespin version as well. And this one is no exception. It really looks like her. And even the box art, which is a picture of the figure, it looks like it could be a scene from the movie. So I think they did, a really nice job with this figure. And then obviously, I think the Hoth version of Leia tends to be the most sought after or popular one, mainly because we don't get a ton of figures from The Empire Strikes Back. And, the Battle of Hoth is one of the most iconic scenes in the entire franchise. And so it's no secret that people would want Princess Leia from that. And it's funny that we got Princess Leia from Hoth before we get, Luke or Han Solo. But yeah, overall, great figure. The boots are pleather, but they seem to be holding up fine. I am noticing some discoloration there. Um, and again, I bought this figure pre-owned, so I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not. But I think I read that there is issues with the glue on those boots. But the rest of the outfit looks good. It's like a puffer jacket, and the material feels appropriate. Um, it looks like you can remove the vest, so I'll check that out later. And yeah, right off out of the box, she comes with white gloved hands, but she also comes with some sculpted hands as well. The braiding on the hair is really nice as well, and the braid continues through the back and around the figure as well, and she's got some individual strands falling on either side. There she is with the breathing mask on, which looks really cool. I really love that they included this accessory because they really didn't have to, but it's a nice touch and it's definitely unique compared to other Hot Toys accessories we normally get. The sculpt work on it is nice, and yeah, it fits around. I wouldn't be too worried about it kind of scuffing up the face sculpt, but there is no way to kind of like unlatch it and then hook it on around her head. You kind of just have to squeeze it on there. So just be careful with that. But overall, it looks really good. And there she is holding the goggles with the welding torch, which is, like I said, really cool accessories. Um, I saw it I saw her pose this way holding the goggles on sideshow.com, and I decided to replicate that instead of actually fussing with the straps because, unlike the straps with the goggles, they're not stretchy. So you would need to kind of unthread them out of there and then rethread them, and it just seemed like a lot of hassle that I didn't want to do. But overall, cool look and definitely unique. And then there she is with the other Hoth figures in my collection. These are pretty much all of the Hoth figures that Hot Toys has made. There is a Sideshow AT-AT driver, as well as I believe a Sideshow or some other brand, Luke and Han, with a Tauntaun as well. But right now, I pretty much just have Hot Toys figures. I do hope we eventually get Han Solo as well as Luke Skywalker to flesh out this collection, but overall, they look really great together. And there you have mother and daughter in their white outfits. So, yeah, this is really cool to have. I mean, I already did have other Princess Leia's that I could have compared to Padme, but I feel like this would have been the most fitting look, especially since they're both all white and they're just ready to kick some butt. Alrighty, so let's talk value for the money because this figure is a little on the pricier side. I mean, most of the older Hot Toys figures now are getting up there, especially if they don't have 2.0s, and this figure does not have a 2.0. So this figure new is going to run you around 500 US dollars, used probably between 350 and 450. I got mine for around that range. I noticed on eBay that a lot of them seem to have like some glue issues on the boots, and I think mine do as well. I did not expect the glue issue to be orange, but it is what it is. I mean, they were in the snow and all the other nature and environments. They definitely affect clothing, so not a huge deal. The accessories are really cool and unusual. I don't anticipate displaying them with those accessories, but it's cool to have. And again, as you saw, we only have around 4 figures total now from the Empire Strikes Back's Battle of Hoth from Hot Toys. So I think that definitely adds to the appeal and the value of this figure as well. But it is one of 4 Princess Leias. You have the A New Hope Leia, you have the Endor Leia, you have the Bespin Leia, and the Hoth Leia. The Hoth Leia tends to be everyone's favorite, which makes sense. And sculpt wise, all of the Leias have strong face sculpts, but I think this one is probably the best. Also, the outfit, the fact that it's from Hoth, adds to the popularity as well. So, in terms of value, I mean, again, it's all relative to what you're looking for in your collection. I think if you're only going to have one Princess Leia, the A New Hope Leia is, definitely her most iconic look. That figure hasn't aged well, especially the clothing. So in terms of like which Leia is, the best quality per se, I would say I think the Endor one, just because that sculpt is really strong too. The skin texture seems to be stronger than this one. I think the Endor Leia is newer. I may be mistaken there. So I think of my 4, the Endor Leia is probably the strongest one. Again, I don't have the Bespin Leia yet. But the reason I wanted to add this one to my collection again is because I wanted to kind of flesh out my Battle of Hoth scene. So yeah, in terms of value, could you spend that $500 on maybe 1, 2, 3 figures, depending on which figures you're getting? I know like a lot of the Rogue One troopers or figures from the Mandalorian or Ahsoka are, you can get for around $200. And so you could get several new figures, or at least two new figures, for the price of this one old figure. So in terms of value, like I said, it's relative to what you're looking for in your collection. However, if you love the original trilogy, if you love Empire Strikes Back and the Battle of Hoth, this is definitely a must-have for your collection. So yeah, overall the value is there, and again, unlike Bespin Leia, which comes with no accessories whatsoever, this Leia does come with a lot of accessories, which is cool. Some snow diorama would have been a nice touch, but the fact that at least the base does have some snow texture on it is cool. Again, the accessories are really great as well. So I think at retail, the value is absolutely there. On the aftermarket, it's hard to justify, but again, considering that it's one of only four figures, actually three technically, because the snow troopers are two of the same. I count them as four total figures, but it's actually just Leia, the snow trooper, as well as the snow speeder pilot Luke. Those are really all you're getting from the Battle of Hoth. So that makes it even more exclusive now that I think about it. It's one of only three figures from the Battle of Hoth from Hot Toys. And so for me, in my opinion, the value is there.
Figure matchup.
Alrighty, let's talk figure matchups. So here we have the Hoth Leia versus Padmé Amidala from Attack of the Clones. It's the only Padme figure we have. In terms of sculpt and detail, they're both strong sculpts, but I think that, obviously Padme is updated, so it's a little unfair to compare them. She does have moving eyes, and I'm a huge Natalie Portman fan, and I feel like they captured her likeness really well. However, as I did say in my Hot Toys ranking video, I think that the likeness is there like 98% of the time. Sometimes you look at her and you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't look like Natalie Portman. Most of the time it's there, but sometimes it'll catch you off guard. Whereas I feel like Leia always looks like Leia. With that said, I think, the updated sculpt and, the fact that I love Natalie Portman, I got to give sculpt and detail to Padme. Alrighty, in terms of accessories, you saw everything Leia comes with. Padme comes with, this blaster right here. She also comes with this little silver pistol, which is like a little Naboo silver pistol. And she comes with that shawl, which is really hard to get right, so I just left it in the box. So, also the base is like this Geonosian style base, and it does include these little droid kind of droid factory contraptions that you can put on either end. But overall, accessories wise, it's pretty slim with Padme, so I have to give accessories to Princess Leia for sure. She just came with a lot of cool and fun accessories. Alrighty, in terms of value for the money, we talked a lot about Leia's value, and for Padme, Princess Leia is one of four Princess Leias from the original trilogy. You also do have a Princess Leia from the sequel trilogy. I don't know that many people count that one, but with Padme, you only have one. From every movie, you only have one Padme. And so to me, I think that definitely adds to her value. I think that her value will continue to go up in price because she's the only Padme. If you have a prequel collection and you want Padme in your collection, you want a Padme to pose with Anakin, this is your only option. And so, for me, I think I got to give the value to Padme because whether you bought it at retail or paying for it on the aftermarket, it's the only way you're going to add an official Hot Toys Padme to your collection. Whereas if you don't have this Leia, you have several other options, and the other ones are all more affordable than this specific one too. So that's why this Leia loses a couple points in value. So in terms of this figure matchup, I got to give it to Padme. I did rank it as one of my top 10 favorite Hot Toys figures. I was interested to see whether that ranking would change once I added Leia. And I can safely say that it hasn't. This is a fantastic figure, but for me, I've got to go with Padme. Alrighty, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed this retro unboxing and review of Princess Leia from the Battle of Hoth. I just started collecting Hot Toy Star Wars figures this year, so I'm still trying to kind of collect backwards while also getting new figures at the same time. And this was a figure that's been on my list for a while now, so I'm glad that I finally added her to the collection. And I hope you enjoyed this new format of the figure matchup. But yeah, if you love Hot Toys, if you love Star Wars, if you love action figures or Lego, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. I release new content every week, and yeah, hope to see you next time.
When I flip, you flip, we flip.